Never Muggs got beats. Rock Legion.
Let's get it. Oh, look who's in the building. Oh. Matrix. Welcome to my matrix. I can see me living in a matrix. Living in a matrix. Living in a matrix. Everybody, welcome to my matrix. Welcome to my politics, media, education and business, military and medicine, banking, religion, black market, stock market. These are just the basics. Everybody, welcome to my matrix. Welcome to my matrix. Everybody, welcome to my matrix. Take a seat. Don't forget your vaccinations. Welcome to my matrix. Welcome to my matrix. Agent Smith looking for you. Don't you ever get complacent. Welcome to my matrix. Big brother watching everybody move. Gotta keep an eye on. Welcome to my matrix. Same game, mainframe, love gang. I'm protecting Zion. Smoked out, call me Buddha. Lion, call me Judah. Black God, call me Allah. Triangle, Bermuda. 6 protons, 6 neutrons, 6 electrons. Crucial. Black cat, I got 9 lives. Ascension of future. Metahuman. Superpowers, I'm a metahuman. Perfection, I strive every day. You can call me a better human. Star, crystal, indigo, baby. Oh, Crumb, that text I just sent you, that's the video, man. If you could put that on a screen share, that's gonna be lovely. I'm to set you free from your enslavement. Welcome to my matrix. Welcome to my matrix. I can see me living in a matrix. What up, Maria? Matrix. Living in a matrix. Everybody, welcome to my matrix. Welcome to my politics, media, education and business, military and medicine, banking, religion, black market, stock market. These are just the basics. Everybody, welcome to my matrix. This is the matrix. My politicians corrupted, my media telling lies, my education disguised. This is the matrix. My business is corporation, my military industrial terrorizing your nation. You pray. The matrix. My medicine, it don't heal you. All of my banks are inflated. All my religions, they kill you. This is the matrix. Stock market, in fact. If you need an organ from blacks, we got a market for that. Look, my style is organic, my nature demands it. I'm saving the planet, I'm taking advantage. From killing myself with these poisonous habits. Now I'm helping myself and you taking it badly. Labeled as a renegade, even though I'm free, I know you still want me to be your slave. Sour like a lemon head, life had me a lemon. I'm Beyonce with that lemonade. You able to play it on the screen shot? Life had me a lemon, I'm Beyonce with that lemonade. Yeah. Look, we already late. I ain't about to bet. Man, please, Brother Crumb, without any further ado, put the people up on who you are, where you come from, what you're doing here.
Peace and love to the family. I am your humble brother, Crumb, the master student. You can catch me over there at Crumb TV on YouTube, also on Instagram, TikTok, and Facebook on Crumb TV.
You gotta do the thing, man. The intro, man.
Okay.
No, not the intro. You know what I'm talking about, the peace. Shalom. Assalamu. Yeah, you gotta go ahead.
Family, if you could, please repeat after me. Peace.
Peace.
Shalom.
Shalom.
Islam.
Namaste.
Ubuntu. Assalamu alaikum.
Assalamu alaikum. Wa alaikum assalam.
Wa alaikum salam. Boom dia.
Ooh, that's nice.
right. I like the way that tastes in my mouth. Wagwan.
That's fire too.
Bonjour.
Yeah.
Halito.
Last one.
I think, I'm not sure if this is Japanese or Mandarin, but it's no, it's konnichiwa.
Yeah, buddy. I like the way, I love that, man. I love the way when you do that, man. You know what I mean? Most definitely, we in the building, man. I got a special topic I want to talk to the people about. So one day I was posting some things on my Instagram story, and it might have seemed what one might call video shopped or photoshopped or whatever kind of shopped. And so somebody came at me like, "You believe this?" And I said, "I believe anything the mind of man can create."
Come on.
All right. And so one of the things that the mind of man has created that we need to delve off into is these dimensions. You know what I mean? You hear a lot of talk about the fifth dimension. You hear a lot of talk about we going into 5D. That's why they hitting us with the 5G. You dig? You know, you always hear the talk about this higher place that the earth is going to. But I be looking around like, when the fuck are we there yet? When we make it there? Because this shit looks like hell, and it's dark and hell is hot. So, you know, I learned that through raising my vibration, raising my perception, changing the way I look at things, changing the way I eat, changing what I listen to, right? Changing my lifestyle onto a higher vibration, I began to experience perceptions. I began to experience perceptions that were of what one might call a higher nature. All right. And let me give you an example of a higher nature, you know, type of thing when I'm talking about. One day I was doing one of my spells, and we're activating the constellation Norma. N-O-R-M-A. We're activating the constellation Norma. While within that same day or the next day, I run into a female, an older female, a heavy-set older female, and she said, "Hey, I'm Norma." Now, when she approached me, she automatically had this weird vibe. When I say a weird vibe, I mean she seemed human. She looked human. For all rights and purposes, she was in a human meat suit. She fucking human. But just the way she acted and the way she seemed awkward in a human body. It was like I'm human, but I'm more than human. So when she came and said, "I'm Norma," N-O-R-M-A, and we're activating a constellation Norma, it gave me into a perception of how to view higher perceptions on this lower plane. Because a lot of us be looking for the bedazzlement that we see in the sky, right? But we'll second guess the bedazzlement that we see inside. We'll see an angel inside our head and say that wasn't no angel, that was just my imagination. We'll see it clear as day in our imagination and say, "Oh, I was just daydreaming. I was just this, I was just that." But now, hold on one second. So the one thing that I began to understand is, now that we're coming into these new levels of consciousness, people all over the world are starting to report these weird phenomena. Like, y'all might start seeing glitches in the matrix. Like, you see those birds frozen in the air, and when you see the glitches in the matrix when the birds be frozen in the air, or you see the glitches in the matrix when you see they show you, man, all over the internet. You see a bunch of glitches in the matrix, glitch after glitch after glitch after glitch. You see it, right? And some people are calling it the Mandela effect. Some people are calling it, everybody got their thing on what they call it. No, it's not the Mandela effect. It's corpuscular rays seeping in from the. No, it's not corpuscular rays. It's Mother Gaia going through a shift. No, it's not this planet Nibiru. No, it's not planet Nibiru. It's the Pleiadians. It's the Anunnaki. It's the Dogon. It's the people from the inner earth. Somebody doing something in this motherfucker. All right? Because all over the world, we human beings, baby, all right, we human beings are experiencing in real time with our eyes open otherworldly phenomena, right? One of the things that, I want to ask you, Brother Crumb, have you experienced any otherworldly phenomenon within the last 3 to 5 years with your eyes wide open, but was able to see some otherworldly, what one might call, if you were to tell somebody, they'll call you crazy and put you in a mental hospital, but you've seen it. You've seen it. But if you tell anybody, they're going to say, man, this nigga crazy. This nigga Crumb talking about he seen the flying dragon come out the sky. You see what I'm saying, right? So I want to explain fifth dimensional. I want to explain dimensional leakage, especially fifth dimensional, sixth and seventh dimensional leakage. And so before we get to that, brother, would you like to add value?
I have to be honest. They will try to make you, and listening to what you were saying, I was thinking this. They try to get you to believe your doubts and doubt your beliefs. A lot of times,
what the fuck was that?
We'll see it with our own eyes.
That nigga been on a roll today. This nigga been on a roll. Brother Crumb been on a roll today, man. Wait a minute. Rewind that back. They'll make you try to doubt your beliefs and believe your doubts.
Come on.
What the fuck? God damn. Come on. Keep going, bro. Sorry.
So you'll see these things with your own eyes. You'll have these experiences and you'll write them off. And for me, I've kind of written some stuff off, like for sake the Mandela effect. Some of those things.
Yeah, I've written that off too.
I do remember them though. I'm like, damn.
Now I debunked the Mandela effect because of how easy it is to manipulate old footage in this new data. In the world of 3D printing, it's very easy to manipulate shit, right? So I was saying, who gives a fuck if it was Berenstain Bears or Bernstein Bears? Who actually, think about the Mandela effect. Every single Mandela effect that they ever showed you was some type of Mandela effect of insignificant intellectual property, meaning the knowledge you gained from the certain Mandela effect, how did that assist you in, progressing your life forward?
Well, they always say in the movies, if you go back and you make a certain type of change, it'll alter the future. So when you do go back, you can make a change, but it can't be something that'll alter the future. That's just what they say.
Well, remember, now, and this is my personal experience doing magic with these spells, right? People read my spells and be like, this nigga crazy. He got in his spell correct past year 1483. Did you know what happened in 1483? Did you know that even though you might not be able to stop what happened in 1483, you can definitely go back and you can correct what happened? See, everybody think correcting means stopping. No, correcting means putting something on the right course.
Teach.
See, when you correct something, you're not trying to stop it from blossoming, stop it from flourishing. You're trying to make sure that it flourishes at its highest peak and at its highest level. So a lot of the things that happened in the past, I don't want to stop them. I just want to correct the course.
Come on.
Because the course is what we're traveling. We're traveling it's called an obstacle course. Go ahead, brother.
Doctor, did you see that Netflix show with Loki where he goes back and corrects the course with the time convergence?
Remember, in Infinity Wars, so there are a few movies. There's the other movie. You ever seen this? That is not a movie, it's a TV show on Netflix. It's called The Travelers. Tell me you on that, bro.
Please
tell me. Oh, bro. The Travelers is like my top 5 all-time Netflix shits, bro. And they sleeping on, bro. Look what The Travelers about, bro. In the future, right? We created AI so perfect that AI, we began to war over her, right? We began to war over AI. That's how perfect AI became. And so when we began to war over her, it split humanity. Those who are on the side of the AI and those who want the AI, destroyed because it's too smart and it's going to trump human, consciousness, things of that nature, right? So the AI, this motherfucker called a director, bro. And this motherfucker they got agents in the future and they send them, and like us, meaning us, like agents in the future, and they send them their consciousnesses. And literally, it's called, like, right when the person is about to die on the movie, like a person that is dead, like let's say somebody about to die tomorrow. Oh, that's a perfect candidate for consciousness transfer, because right at the moment of death, the traveler enters into while the other spirit exits out and takes over the person's life. And the thing about it is, the travelers are these highly trained motherfuckers. So they be taking over shitty people's lives, and these shitty people automatically start turning into these highly trained. So everybody looking at them like, bitch, you was just a retarded girl. How the fuck you're not retarded anymore? You feel me? No, like one of the girls was like, day. And then the traveler, like, she died, and then the traveler came in, and she was like on some fucking superhero shit, right?
You said it's called Travelers?
The Travelers, bro, on Netflix, bro. If you don't, bro, this shit's it's so real, because it shows you how it shows you how the holographic matrix, right? It shows you how the holographic matrix calibrates and recalibrates and plays out sequence in the form of human interaction and gameplay, so that it can perfect, and so they can start and stop certain things, right? It's crazy. And remember, the humans built it, but it's so crucial now that it controls the humans. You feel me? But it's like this benevolent AI. You feel me? This bitch, no, it's crazy. And guess what? Them, like, for instance, man, I don't want to spoil it. I don't like spoiler alerts. So y'all go check it out.
Well, can you give me the permission to share screen, please?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Sorry. My bad.
Now this is not YouTube. This is Internet Movie Database. I think we can play this and be okay.
Okay. The Travelers.
Sorry.
Network that helps Team USA stay ahead.
Get a great offer from Comcast Business and ask how to get free installation.
Sorry, it's a commercial.
Yeah, they're the commercial. Let them get their lip. There you go, right there.
My consciousness was sent from the distant future into the body of Special Agent Grant McLaren. Since then, I have assumed his life, his work, his marriage.
You killed my husband.
In truth, I am Traveler 3468. One of thousands of travelers around the world who have come from a time when life is all but wiped out. To save humanity. To change the path.
Special Agent Grant McLaren, the FBI is now a governing body over the Traveler program. I, Special Agent Joanne Yates, will act as your designated liaison.
You want to look over my shoulder? Fine. Just so long as it doesn't interfere with my mission to save the fucking world.
001 kidnapped every significant other on your team. They won't remember the last 24 hours.
We have to make sure our stories are straight.
I refuse to make this a bigger deal than it is.
You were held by a mass serial killer who thought time travelers were out to get him.
I know. Isn't that the stupidest thing you ever heard?
I studied you guys, the missions you did. Your team pulled off some serious shit. And nothing got better.
With every new change, the director chooses the best path.
The director will overwrite you the moment that you are no longer viable. We are faction. I know that you see us as the enemy, but we want the same thing. The future needs us to work together.
The faction. We can't trust them.
You can't go ahead with this.
I really need you to believe we're on the same side.
I've felt like this before, Grant. I've lost something. Time.
Tell me you're not throwing away a decade of marriage.
The man you used to be is gone, and your one scares me.
I know who you are. I know what you are.
Your way isn't working.
You can't outrun the future. I told you. The mission comes first.
Bro, that bitch is so cold. I'm telling you. Hey, there we go. Crack it open. Crack that safe open. Let's get it. Just crack it open. And you can stop whenever you want, whenever you see something you feel like it's...
So the 3D system was placed over the 5D by the Federation from the moon. That's right.
Wait, pause. It said our 3D system was placed on a basic lockdown through what? With what? With a 5D system. So understand that. This is a prison planet.
Ooh,
Let's understand we're in a prison planet. This is not a planet where you come and learn and come here and kick it and live happily ever after. This is not the happily ever after planet. This is the gauntlet.
Indeed, indeed.
She said, so the 3D system was placed over the 5D by the Federation. Yeah, you feel me? Which means we were once 5D, and due to the, what? No, keep going. I'm sorry. I'm shutting up. Keep going, please.
Federation from the moon. That's right. But placing the Matrix as a control grid also made it easy to hack by the reptilian forces, especially those that had access to the computers in the moon later on.
Did I hear computers are in the moon? Who else told y'all about the computers in the moon? Y'all remember? Phil Valentine told you about the computers in the moon. Delbert Blair told you about the computers in the moon. Bobby Hemmett told you about the computers in the moon. David Icke told you about the computers in the moon. Last time we checked, our melanin has little bitty tiny granules, aka little bitty tiny moons that are called central computers in our melanin.
Come on. Come on.
We about to break this shit in, man.
Yeah.
So don't hit me with no shit. Don't hit me with no shit about this shit crazy, nigga. Too many people from too many different walks of life saying the same thing. I gotta observe it. You feel me?
Yeah.
So let's get it.
3D world into the hellhole it is today for more. Why did the Federation want to lock reptiles in 3D? The Federation did it to keep the inside the etheric fence because they were too wasted, depleted, and tried to continue with the pursuit of reptiles on Earth as they are doing now.
If I could just,
Add value, baby.
So for the family who may not be acquainted, I'm sure everybody's acquainted.
Oh, my channel with the shits. You ain't even got to do that with my channel. My channel, all them, they already with the shits.
We're here.
Y'all share, y'all subscribe this one, man.
Let me ask the family, were there dinosaurs on the earth? And I myself believe that there was a type of dinosaur on earth. There were these reptilian creatures that even Leviathan-esque or Godzilla-esque, some type of reptilian.
They're giant black people. So
right.
and we come. Remember, we come from the reptiles are our parents, people. We are the gods created from the Titans. Let's get that clear, people.
Come on.
The reptiles are the Titans. Fucking the fucking humanoids are the gods, bro.
Oh,
let's get this clear, bro.
Come on.
Easy mathematics, bro.
Come on. Yeah. Literally, they were the Titans. Oh my God. Oh, wow.
Yeah. The Titans, bro. That's why I say remember the Titans.
Yeah. You took it to a whole new level. How come I never connected those dots? I don't know. Yeah.
Bro, and you look at us, we just like them. We get ashy like a reptile. Nigga, our hands got the little webs in the middle like the reptile. We got a tailbone like the reptile. We got motherfucking R. We got something in our brain called an R complex, reptilian brain. You feel me? Our ancestors wore reptiles on their third eye. Reptiles actually the only other beings outside of us with third eyes right there visible on their fucking bodies.
Right.
You know, our basic needs of life resonate so much with the reptiles. It's easy to see how we came from them. It's very easy to see how we evolved or we were spliced from them, because you know they like to do a lot of experimenting and creating this shit too. But you know, every god has its day.
Oh, you see why you had to do that. Come on.
And so it wasn't destined that the Titans will rule forever if they was creating gods. Now, you know, they showed you that on the Eternals.
Ooh.
They showed you that on the Eternals.
They did.
They showed you on the Eternals. The Eternals stopped the Titan. The God stopped the Titan. Yeah. So, you know, we know this is why they call it a prison planet, because a higher galactic federation has placed this solar system and specifically this planet in a 3D holographic matrix. So this is why your world is 3D, because they got beings here that if this motherfucker was higher or otherwise, y'all will be screwed. Will be fucked. 3D mean they gotta be in a human body in order to do anything here. In 3D, the level 3 in 3D, third dimension, first density. Remember, it's first density, but third dimension. Listen, in 3D, we have to understand that everything that expresses itself as a humanoid, right, is going to express, I'm talking about visibly, it's going to express itself visibly as a human in the third dimension. But as the leakage drips through, you will begin to see bits and pieces. Now everybody's seeing big old windows full and doors and fucking buildings full of shit now. So, you know, like Crumb, it was you that was talking about the universe, the universal birth. Remember the universal birth when the universe gave birth to the light or some shit like that, right? Well, if you look at how our lives go identically to that algorithm. We born in dark, we come into light, and then we go back to dark to reincarnate into light, and back to dark, and back to light, and back to dark, and back to light. So this shit is not far-fetched once you believe in the shit you say you believe. If you're a Christian, you're supposed to be believing in this shit heavy. Because you believe in motherfucking talking donkeys and shit, and fucking whales that can swallow people whole, and people not die, and people who raised from the grave and raised from the dead, and people that can split red seas and fucking fiery chariots with wheels within wheels and shit. So you believe the most outlandish shit in the world, Christian. Islam, you definitely believe some outlandish shit. Because you say you die, you gonna get you 70 virgins in this bitch. Nigga, 70 bitches didn't want to touch your physical body. Nigga, what the fuck, man? Nigga, what the fuck make you think they gonna want to touch your spiritual body, nigga? You see? So I'm just showing you, you know, like, man, this shit is not hard to believe once you break your mind open and believe in the supernatural. Like, I know it's real. I ain't gotta believe it. You feel me? I know it's had it. I just seen it. You know, there goes a point when you go from belief into knowing, because physical evidence has brought itself into your front lap of what the fuck you've been believing in. You feel me?
Factory.
Let's get it.
Let's get it.
That's why they implemented the Stargate, the Van Allen belts that limit 3D, to keep the bad reptiles in until they can return. They were much weakened at the time.
A lot of people say that we've never been to outer space because we can't get past the Van Allen belt, which is a radiation belt.
Ain't that the asteroid belt?
No, the asteroid belt is a little further out. This is
Okay.
a little thing around the planet to where we can't literally get out. That's why a lot of people say we never been to the moon. We never been to the moon because we can't get past that asteroid belt. That's going with that theory. Some people say the moon is inside the Earth. I'm not sure about that. In addition to that, we're also going to see where this Van Allen belt, some people call this the dome that's on top of flat Earth.
Booyah!
So
do 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 ding 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 ding.
you're going to have several interpretations of what's going on with this situation. Now, there is a hole inside this dome, this Van Allen belt at the top of Antarctica, but that's being guarded, and that was Operation High Jump, where they said, "Hey, nobody can ever go back over there again."
Yeah.
But I want to say something else about that Van Allen belt. I can't think. Let's go on if that's okay.
No worries.
Also, the entire solar system was a complete mess of debris, and the ships couldn't operate properly. It was too dangerous. This because of the destruction of Tiamat planet. It was destroyed
There go
because
the Eternals, Tiamat.
Republicans were being persecuted there. The whole fight was against them.
Now, when we're dealing with this physical body, the physical body is carbon based. I'm sorry, hold on. Excuse me. The physical body is carbon based, 666, 6 electrons, 6 neutrons, 6 protons. But we all know about the global warming phenomena, and within that phenomena, they say that it's getting hotter, and it's going to continue to get hotter. So as it gets hotter, what's going to happen is,
You know why it's getting hotter? Can anybody explain why it's getting hotter? We see people say it's getting hotter, but why? Why the fuck is it getting so hot? Does anybody know why? Let's see who. Crumb. Can you guesstimate why?
now some people say, or what I've heard is that there's another sun coming back around.
No, I'm saying, like, I know what you've heard some people say. What have you deducted from your scientific master student calculations?
Well, I'm obliged to agree that there is another.
Oh, sorry. Keep going. I'm gonna post the answer in a minute. Keep going.
This sun or this star is a Death Star, so it's not a real sun; it's an artificial sun. Just like in the movie, just like in the movie Star Wars, there's going to be a Death Star. It's going to look like a sun, but it's going to be an actual artificial thing, and it's going to vibrate at such a level, just like a tuning fork. If one tuning fork is vibrating and the other one is not, it'll make the one that's not vibrate. So the vibrations coming off that star is going to bring our vibrations up, but it's also going to drain our sun. That's why it's even called a Death Star. That's the same thing that happened to Saturn and Jupiter, but that's where I'm at with it.
Yeah. Well, somebody in my somebody, the first person that answered got it right, and the rest of them got it right too with various answers. Boom. Here we go, y'all. Because we are awakening up. Let's explain the scientific data behind that one. We are all miniature versions, children of the sun, which means we're little bitty sons walking. In the Bibles and Psalms, it says, I say that ye are gods, children of the Most High. What's the Most High shit you see in the sky? Stars. What's the Most High star you see in your sky that gives you life? Sun. People call it anima. People call it soul. Some people call it Ra. You know, they have all kind of different names for that big, bright, vibrant thing that gives us life every day. Whether it's in a dome and it's vibrating around a dome, whether it's in space and it's traveling million trillion miles per second, whatever the shit, 93 million miles away, whatever the fuck, right? There's this light. Now, we are miniature versions of that light walking. When I say that, I'm talking about your invisible spirit soul, aka your chakras that live inside of this body. The part of you that leaves this body and goes back to the suns that you prospectively come from. If I Google constellation Scorpio, I already know what suns you come from, what sons of God and sons of men. See, sons of God and sons of men is two different things, right? So we know one thing, that the constellation Scorpio is the suns where Scorpios come from. That's why it's called a sun sign. Now remember, sun spelled backwards is N-U-S. When you look at the word V, right? V, vagina, but V-E, Venus, right? We're talking about what? Also children of the sun, because the planets are children of the sun. Now, remember, we did in the melanin thing, y'all. What we found out? We found out that 98.93% of all matter is what? Carbon-12. Sun goo. Goo from the sun that is black as shit, and it's in your body, and it's called melanin, carbon-12. Now, when your light structure, remember you have a physical body, but you have a light body. You have a physical mind, but you have a light mind you call a soul. That's why it lives in your pineal gland. Okay, so now we were what they call sleep. Remember, we are the giants, those who came from the giants, right? The little miniature versions. They mini-meet us and got us this tall, this height through some type of trickery we don't know yet, but we cracking these codes. That's why this whole era of Aquarius is so revealing, right? But we understand that we were asleep for a time being. We were in a place where the ego has been in control and not our spirits, right? And so what that means is the sun doesn't have to accommodate for feeding that many mouths. Daddy don't have to feed that many mouths because all the babies is asleep, right? But when the babies start waking up, guess what they're going to want? They're going to want something to eat. And what do we eat, people, as melanated beings? We eat light. That's what we are. Our eyes are feasting on light. Every time you look at something, you see people, you wonder why people are so nosy? Because their eyes are just feasting on all of the light. You wonder why. You got to understand why we appreciate beauty. Understand why we appreciate that which is visual, because that which is visible represents what our soul is seeing, because the eyes are the windows to that place. Now, understanding when we're waking up, that means that they're talking about our spirit and our souls are waking up. When a bunch of people on the planet begin to wake up, that means a whole bunch of light bodies begin to activate. Well, these light bodies that are activating, what's feeding them? The sun. Well, why is the sun getting hotter? Because it has to increase its heat output to accommodate for the soul's awakening, to accommodate for all of the new light energy that it has to feed on a daily, because everybody is seeking and trying to find, knocking, trying to open up doors, asking, giving it unto thee. They're trying to seek out the kingdom of heaven within, right? So everybody that's waking up or are becoming privy to, aware of their light body. Remember, when you become aware that you are a spirit inside of this body, you just what? Step into the light. Let there be light, let there be Lucifer. We already know in the beginning, right? So now, with that being said, a whole bunch of people are ready to bear their light. A whole bunch of people are ready to bring the light, right? And the sun has to accommodate for that energy. Like it basically, like for instance, if a whole bunch of us get together and go to Congress, it's gonna make a way bigger impact than a motherfucker who come there by himself, right? Well, that's the same thing with the sun. You know, the more of us that, when two or more, it starts to increase. So that's my opinion. That's my, my take on it. You feel me? And you dig? Yeah, man. Thank you. But as what? Oh, sorry.
Yeah. In line with that, when you're looking at the chakras, you're going to have the solar plexus. When you're dealing with the solar plexus, the word plexus means a network of computers. That's what a plexus is. So now when you're dealing with the solar plexus, it's a network.
This nigga on the road. I told this nigga on the road, man. I'm sorry.
So solar plexus is a network of sun computers. All of these computers are just now logging on to the internet,
And what happens when a whole bunch of computers log on to the search engine? The search engine has, it has to accommodate for that traffic, right? Right. Damn, that's crazy. I always tell people that we live in stars and we experience on planets.
Teach.
Yep, the sun network, a network of suns. Don't even talk about the main central suns that they feeding off of in the middle. Hey, bro, I believe that shit, man. I believe that. Listen, no matter how far-fetched it sounds, bro, there's some part of that shit that's true. You feel me? I feel like we in a dome that's a bubble and it's fully round and we're flat inside that bitch like a marble. I feel like the flat earth people right and the round earth people right. Like everybody right. But their whole thing is to pin it against, pinning against everybody. But that was you we was talking, that was me and you, that was us when we were talking on the Fantastic Four. We were talking about if people believe it, then that makes it true.
Ooh. And I gotta, just give the flat earth community their flowers. Though I may not per se be a flat earther, they have forced me, and this is a good thing, no salt, to reanalyze the data. And I think that's a good thing.
That's a very great thing.
For us to learn, unlearn, relearn is all healthy.
Believe that. I see, because I'll be looking at it like this. You ready for this? Here was my reasoning. Like, if this motherfucker flat, then why my bubbles in my water is round? Because it takes the shape of the environment that it's in. Every time they show you a picture of an atom, it is look like a bubble. Every time they show you a picture of a cell, it looks like a bubble. Molecule look like a bubble. Our eyes look like bubbles. Our heads are shaped like bubbles. Our blood circulates in a circular motion, right? With a circular motion. When you look in the sky, the sun looks like a bubble. The moon looks like a bubble. When you analyze all of the features of our environments, you can see a lot of rocks, like rocks and boulders, round, right? So I'm trying to figure out, why would it be hard to believe that this motherfucker is round when they got so many round objects in our environment that we rely on for our recreation and livelihood? Like, when we're bouncing a basketball, that's a bubble, that's a round, it's not flat. You're not bouncing even though you're bouncing it on that's why I believe both sides are right. I believe that, just like a basketball court, the basketball court is flat, right? But the basketball being bounced is round. So I'm trying to figure out, like, why can't it be both? That's the thing I'm trying to figure out. Because when you analyze a marble, if you Google marble and go look at the image of a marble, you'll see it's round on the outside, but on the inside there's this flat 2D, there's this flat 3D imagery, this flat 3D colors that represents what? Frequency, flow, consciousness, chakra. And it's inside of the marble. Now, why would they call it Marvel or Marble Universe, right? And you know the B and the V are like damn near interchangeable in certain Hebrew dialect, you know, and Islamic dialect. So when you look at marbles, right, I could add it. Oh, I thought you had something on the screen. When you look at marbles, you'll see, like, man, I could Google marbles, bro, and I'll show you, like, this shit looks crazy. Right? Marbles. And I'm just going to show y'all, like, and I'll look at it, I'm like, why the earth ain't like that? Like, if you look at this marble right here. We're going to do this one right here. Boom. This is a marble. This is a marble. It is clear on the outside and round shape. But on the inside, it has flat three-dimensional surfaces. You feel me? I'll go to the classic marbles that we used to play when we were little. Let's go to them shits right there. Look. It looks like a planet. Motherfucker look like Venus or some shit. Look at these. We used to play these. Y'all remember marbles? We used to play marbles. Y'all remember that? And we used to play this shit when we were little. I never forgot that game. So that game always stuck with me. Look at this shit, man. You look at that, it's clear, but on the inside it's flat. It's flat 3D surfaces. You feel me? And me and Lord Jamar was talking one day, and he said, yeah, man, he believes this motherfucker is an egg. He said we're inside of the egg. But we think we're on the outside of the egg and spinning on it when actually we're on the inside of the egg and traveling through it. I was like, oh, that was deep. You feel me? So I just wanted to show y'all that, and they show y'all that on Men in Black, the galaxy, how the galaxy was around the cat's collar, and the cat name was Orion, aka the cat represents female, aka cats also have what? Dragon eyes or reptile eyes. And what I told y'all really run the game, the Orion Queens. Don't nothing supersede the Queen Draconians, Draco, dragons, and reptilians of the Orion's Belt Peninsula. Now, I told you that's who Yahweh answered to, nigga. I told you that's the only ones that are even capable of making war with the great grand holy mother of all divinity, her progeny. So, if we are in a three-dimensional cosmic holographic matrix, why can't the computer program in a holographic matrix have both round and flat dynamics predicated upon the viewer's perception? Because it's a computer input data system that feeds waves to the perception of your vibration. If you're vibrating low, you might notice some flat surfaces. Notice this motherfucker flat. If you're vibrating high, you might notice how this motherfucker round. If you're vibrating even higher, you might notice how this motherfucker both. If you're vibrating high, you might get like Neo and realize there is no spoon. And that's what we're talking.
Yeah, I think, the thing is being in a prison. So we can only see a very limited perspective.
But remember, what's the purpose of prison, Dr. Crump? What's the original purpose of prison? One word.
I don't know.
Rehabilitation.
Oh, teach. Yeah,
the purpose of prison is to rehabilitate rehabits, meaning reprogram new habits into the prisoner. That's why habit rehabilitation. Okay? So, rehab. Rehab is the number one purpose of prison. So we're all here as infinite, immortal, God-like men and women, right? And we are here, we are infinite, immortal gods and goddesses created from ancient fucking Titan dragons. And we are here spiritually signed up in this fucking loony bin you call Earth Zone 1, whatever one number you want to put on this bitch. Earth Zone 66, whatever, 60, Earth Zone 666 or whatever. All right. And in this Earth Zone, this prison suit, this prison system, this prison industry, we are here to rehabilitate ourselves. Because somewhere in life, somewhere in the karmic debt balance, we became, for lack of a better word, broken. And when something is broken, you have to fix it, especially if it's able to be fixed and it's worth fixing. So here we are, living life through these so-called synchronistic coincidental experiences, when in actuality, these are the classes that we signed up for rehab. When you go to jail, you could pick which rehabilitation class you want to pick to get good credits and good certificates on your good behavior chart to show them that you really rehabilitated. So, hey, I got my GED. Hey, I took anger management. Hey, I know how to, I took welding or whatever, right? And that shows the parole board, which is who? The Galactic Confederation. I just show you the Galactic Confederation. Who's the Galactic Federation? Let's go, y'all. Aries constellation, Taurus constellation, Gemini, Cancer, Leo, Virgo, Libra, Scorpio, Sagittarius, Capricorn, Aquarius, Pisces, Ophiuchus, the Council of 13. Y'all might have heard of them. That's where the Illuminati get their structure from. Now, this 13, which is really 12, because the 13, remember the 13 is always on standby in case one of the 12 jurors can't make it to the trial. So that's what that 13 is there for, right? So these main 12 constellations within our Milky Way galaxy govern our solar system, right? Now, if we don't understand that, it says in the Bible, thy will be done on earth as it is in heaven. So I always just make it simple for people. If they got jail on earth, they got jail in heaven, y'all. If they got hell on earth, they got hell in heaven, y'all. If they got sex on earth, they got sex in heaven, y'all. Whatever they got on earth, trust me, there's a higher spiritual, heavenly, or lower, even more lower vibrational frequency, invisible, that represents that physical quality, or where that physical quality gets its overall mainframe and structure from. So, Crumb, I want to ask you a question, right? You a smart brother and you on the road today, and I just feel like you tapped in, so I'm about to just ask the fucking Akashic records within you questions so I can get, because you gave me some good advice with the, with the advice you had gave me with the responding and shit. And so, my question to you would be, have you experienced otherworldly visions while your eyes were open in the third dimension? Go.
Otherworldly visions while my eyes were open. I think that's super interesting because when I was in school, they told us that you couldn't dream unless you had like 4 hours of deep sleep, rapid eye movement, extra stuff. And I remember that not being the case. I remember times that it would be early in the morning, I'm still super tired, but I'll wake up, but then like I'll still be asleep, or I'll be right on the cusp where something on the outside is affecting my dreams. Like if the TV's on or something, or some music is playing now, I'm kind of in between two worlds. And it's like, I'm conscious, but I'm not quite conscious, that twilight area.
But have you actually seen, like, you've been chilling and seen some demons manifesting, like you were looking at a human being, and when you were looking at this human being, you seen the demon inside of his shell that was acting out within the human being, or you were kicking it, and you thought, man, you were looking in the clouds, and you could have swore, man, that ain't no fucking cloud. That's an actual fucking head with an eye looking at me right now. Or you've been kicking it, minding your business, and thinking about something that's nice and truthful, right? And then the very thing you thinking about, the fucking TV says it like almost verbatim. You think, man, I got $58,000 more to make, and a motherfucking shit. Buy this car now for $58,000 and 23 cents, like on some shit, right? So that's what I'm talking about. Have you experienced any kind of shit like that?
Yeah.
Has all right. So
and I remember back in the day where we used to write, this is the whole family. We used to write everything off, and not saying it wasn't, no disrespect to nobody, but we wrote everything off as
we did, bro. We did, and that's what, and I think that's what we fucked up at.
Yeah.
That's what we fucked up at. We wrote everything off as some,
Yeah.
some bullshit. Look, go to church, but do not dare believe in the motherfucking stories in the Bible. You're gonna be crazy if you say, look, we go to church and we worship God, but if we say we see the angel Gabriel, they're gonna call us crazy.
Oh, you teaching? Yeah. And those examples that you give, I'm like, oh my God. Because at first I was drawing somewhat of a blank, and I may be like, okay, let me see if I can figure something out. And then I'm like, oh my God, yes. And not even when I was woke or something like that. I remember times where, before I was tapped in, and I could bear testament, like, oh my God, is that a glitch in the matrix? Like, man, deja vu. I've been here before. Like,
right. That's what I'm saying. Like, man, it's crazy. So we're gonna give you a fifth dimensional leakage test. Here we go. Have you witnessed with your eyes open in real time any invisible phenomenon that a person might call you crazy for? This is yes or no. You ain't gotta, do the story, but yes or no.
Yeah.
All right.
Definitely.
Do you think you've encountered aliens in some type of way, shape, form, or fashion? Or are these aliens actually demons or angels or whatever person want to call them in disguise? Are they both?
I'm so glad you said that, because my answer is yes, but I wouldn't say alien, because it gives off a impression or interpretation. Was it some higher sentient energy? Yeah, definitely. Yeah.
So would you consider this higher sentient energy angelic or demonic? Or you've encountered both?
No, I think angelic. Now some people say when you take shrooms, you might have a bad trip.
Woo! Man, look.
Come on with it.
Don't make me go get my psilocybin. I love microdosing. I love microdosing mushroom. I know for a fact. Listen to this. I know for a fact this shit real. I'm gonna give y'all my fifth dimensional leak testimony, bro. Listen, bro. After so long of practicing this magic shit, bro, I've come to this is the conclusion that I've come to so far. Not saying that it can't change, because things are subject to change as more knowledge enters into the mainframe. But this is what I come to so far. Number one, this life, this rehabilitation center we call life, this rehabilitation center we call Earth, it is literally a game. Not figuratively, not metaphorically, but no, it applies to all those too, figuratively, metaphorically, everything. But the reason why it applies to all those, because it literally is a game. It is my belief. People say, Shaka Doctor, you fucking crazy. How life is a game? I have a few evidences to prove my first part of the theory. Number one, Dr. Crumb, can you tell me anything in life right now that we do in physical everyday life that they don't have a game for?
Ooh. Oh, you teaching. Damn.
Right?
Right.
Boom. They tell us YOLO. They try to program us with that YOLO. You only get one. That's a lie. Even if you're a Christian, you have to believe in reincarnation because you believe Jesus died and rose again on the third day. That was super fast reincarnation. When Lazarus rose, that was reincarnation. And when that little girl, when he told her she's not dead, she's just sleeping, that was reincarnation. So even if you're a Christian, you believe in reincarnation. If you're a paganist, you believe in reincarnation. Multiple lives, multiple chances to live this life, right? Show me one game that don't give you multiple chances to play it.
Oh my God, you all the way tapped in. You just blew my mind. You just blew my mind. All of the games.
Every single game gives you multiple chances to play it because ultimately you're trying to learn something by playing the game. That's like one of the prerequisites. Even though you're trying to win, you're gaining something through trying to win, right? So that's the second part of the first theory, right? That we're in the game. Third, you ready?
Right.
And if there is, you ready? If there is a game for everything that we do in life, right? Then where could these little miniature gaming formats, where do these miniature gaming miniature formats get their ultimate gaming format from? There's only one culprit where they can get it from, and her name is life. And that's why they say she a bitch. They say karma is a bitch, they say life is a bitch, but they told you that earth was a mother, nature was a mother, universe was a mother. So look at five different aspects the fire, earth, air, water, ether complex, without breaking it down, without telling everybody about the particle, your atom, your quark, your particle, your atom, your molecule, and your cell. These are the five worlds that you must just have a relationship with. So analyzing that life is the overall gaming format where the miniature games within life get their gaming format from, right? Is a big giveaway once again that that this shit is a game. Here you go, another fact. Everything, we always call it a game. Whether we hunting, we're hunting game. It's called the Hunger Games, the corporate games. If you look at the pimp game, the football game, the basketball game, this comes from Gaia. Guy comes from Gaia, and gay comes from Gaia Games. Romaine, Reese's Monkey Blood Man, the Roman, okay, the Roman plays games. Okay, Jumanji, perfect example. Jumanji with Kevin Hart and Dwayne Johnson. Jumanji. It shows.
I'm like, don't you mean Robin Williams? But I'm sorry.
No, it's Robin Williams. Now, believe it or not, That's crazy. That's crazy because I love Robin Williams. He always
I
got
was
the
getting ready
mind
to
bender.
say.
He got the mind bender movies, but I'm team Melon and all this, so I had to roll with those. Even though there's a Rainbow Booty Boys and all that, I still had to roll with Team Melon. So, you know what I mean? You know what I mean? Like I'm telling you, even my evil black people, I'm like, hey, look, whatever happened to y'all, but y'all niggas is niggas. Y'all black. Fuck all that. Do y'all motherfucking thing, nigga. Fuck all that. Do y'all fucking thing, nigga. You black.
That's
Fuck,
right.
Just be proud to be black, bro. While you doing it, that's all you doing.
Come on.
So, you know what I mean? So that's a big giveaway. So that's my reality. I wake up every morning with the do 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 in my head. You know what I mean? Like every single thing I do, every single interaction with every human, every person in my life that I have, I treat it serious, but at the same time, I know that it is a serious game, right? So, you ever wonder why it's called the arcade? Like Noah's Ark, Archangel, Golden Arches, the arcade.
You teaching. Come on now.
The place where the light bringers, the little Lucifers, that's what we are, little light bringers, and we come and live in these little bodies and play the arcade game called Human. Which arcade game you about to go play? Man, I'm about to go play that Humans. Oh man, that bitch fire. Look at everybody in the arcade waiting in the line. I got next on that human joystick. Look, you just imagine your higher self up there. I got next on that human joystick. Nigga like, yeah, man, I'm next, right? Boom, you get the human joystick and it do just like on Jumanji and sucks your spiritual body into the controller while your overall higher essence is still playing the game, right? It sucks your lower self down into the game and keeps your higher self playing the game. So your higher self is playing literally, like, now remember, he was clapping right now, but his higher self is actually using the remote control that make him clap like that. That's the higher, remember, his name is not Crumb at the higher self. His name is I Am at the higher self. So that is his, remember, so that is God at the higher self playing the game, right? And when you move this way, you move that way, just remember that's your higher self that did that. You thought that input system, that thought came from you, know that thought came from the controller that your higher self was pushing on the button that told you to jump. That thought came from that higher self controller that told you turn around and look. Remember, and then when we be playing, we be so into the game, we try to act like if we move the joystick, the nigga gonna jump or something. Nigga, jump, Mario, jump. No, nigga, you gotta press the button.
Right, I remember.
Nigga, we be so entranced into the game, we be forgetting. Damn, I had to press the button. Damn it.
Right.
Higher self be sending us messages. My bad, bro. I didn't mean to get you busted like that, bro. I was tripping. I was supposed to press A, but I pressed B. you know what I mean? And it's like, you ready for this shit? This is the crazy part about it that fucks my whole life up. That our brains are computers that has 10 petabytes of data. That lets us know that if we are computers, then how the hell can this not be a computer simulated game? If we are the actual computer generated holographic bodies that are playing. Right? And so this is why. That's why you think it's called Matrix. First word is mother. When the mother is playing tricks on you. Oh man, homie, mama playing tricks on me. When mama playing tricks on you, welcome to the Matrix. Come get your rehabilitation. My tricks. When mama playing tricks on my son, the sons of mother. Mason is a Mason is a son of the mother. A man, the root word of man is ma. If you put two in, ma. We already know we coming in the game, and Matrix, ma is playing tricks on us. You see, and from the darkness, we the light that come from the darkness, aka men and women are the darkness that give birth to the light, and this is the gaming format of the black and white checkerboard on the Freemasonic thing. One represents sacred feminine. Why I think the queen is the most powerful piece on the chessboard, but the king still controls her.
You done tied in damn near everything. You tied in like 6 things in like less than 6 minutes.
You feel me? Think about it though. Like she's the most powerful piece on the board,
Yeah.
but the king ultimately tells her where to go.
That's right.
That's
right.
deep. You feel me? So life is a game, man, and I just try my best to treat it like one. Try to stay present and keep in mind that it is a game. You know what I mean? And talking about this fifth dimensional shit. Have you ever had any? My next question is: have you ever had any near-death experiences? Or have you ever had any death experiences where you died and came back? You were dead for 4 minutes and came back, or you died for a couple seconds and came back, or you almost died and came back, or did you have any near-death experiences? Meaning, when you were out for that time, did you see the other side? And if so, you know, let the people know what's popping. I want to know what's going on.
You know, honestly, I haven't, but I've had this in my possession for some months now.
Hey, bro. Hey, bro. Don't have me go get my goddamn. Don't do that now, bro. I'm gonna leave my ego out of it, bro.
They said it's an ego killer.
Yeah.
I'm like, oh, you're gonna kill my ego,
bro. Look up Combata ego death right now, so that when you get it, I want you to, bro. I want you to do like, listen. Can you listen to it and mute your mic? And I want to get a reaction from you. Listen, it's called ego death. The Ath. And you know the Ath is the void within the tree of death in the Kabbalah, right? And it's called ego death, the death of the ego. Mute your shit, listen to it, and I want to see a real time action when he think about that shit. Hey y'all, this nigga named Combata. Y'all gotta go listen to this nigga. This nigga named Combata. He retarded with the flow. He got this song called Ego Death. Has anybody in here ever heard of Combata? Not death, but I seen Adama. Man, has anybody experienced actual near death?
I made a video for Combata.
You made a video for Combata. There you go. You already know. You already know. Look at that nigga cold. So you hit on ego death. He tell you on the song Ego Death, Combata tells you, hey, can you get hey, I just want you to get to the part where it says your savior damn, it says something about like your savior created you in the simulation and you were made to go through these loops. He was like, you were made to go through these loops. He said something about he need to go through these loops. That bitch cruising. Somebody said, I have. Yes, sir, I heard him. I have. Yeah, Combata in the conscious community. All right, cool. Yeah, they got some people that's on Bada. You heard me? Play that one part. Play that one bar where he tells you in the loop and you loop and the creator made it you and you got to play in this loop until you get it right or some shit. Like until you get it right or some shit, you got to play in the loop. Somebody said I almost died when I was 6 to how 5. Hey, Davey Lee, when you almost died, what happened? I got a story what happened when I almost died. I got a story what happened when I almost died. I got a story what happened when I actually died when I overdosed. And I overdosed 2 times. And so I, like, successful overdose 2 times. Like, died, heart was stopped. Don't know what brought me back. Type shit. And both times, two times out of my death, two times out of my near death experience, I probably had more non-vivid, but I vividly seen, what one might call the other side. I like to call it basically behind the scenes of the gaming console. That's basically what it is, behind the scenes of the game. Like the world is a stage. You found it, Crumb? Oh, play it.
Okay.
Play that one part.
The fear of death is slaving you, it's changing you, it's making you afraid to do the things that you were made to do. We in a place where your creator animated you for training you and testing all the strength in you to make it through. You never fade, you just replaying complicated loops until you reach your fate, and then the gate in heaven waits for you.
Wow. That's it. I'm not playing it no more. But that nigga said you keep replaying in complicated loops, nigga, until you get this shit right. You go groundhog, and I'm telling you, bro, I that Groundhog Day theory shit, I believe that shit real. Like I believe that if you don't pass your game, if you don't beat your game, you come back to play it again and again until you get it right. This nigga said he woke up from a coma 9 months later. Oh, see, yeah, crazy. That's crazy. Damn. Yeah, you was out of there. If you almost had a near death and then you woke up from the coma 9 months later, nigga, you went from a 9-month coma. You feel me? Yeah, all right, brother. Yeah, if you woke up from a 9-month coma, you feel me? You most definitely gotta tell that experience one day. For me, yeah, man, I know this shit real. Like on fucking Constantine. This shit real like Constantine, bro. I kid you no word a lot. I ain't almost died, but I was abducted while taking it. Man, see, that's crazy. Damn. Motherfucker try to steal you while you was. I remember, hey, bro, when I was little, I almost got abducted when I was about 8 years old, so I know that shit real. Kabata, yeah, that nigga dope as fuck. Oh, one of my students put me on him too. I didn't even hear about him until one of my students put me on him. But yeah. So let's get to this fifth dimensional leakage, y'all. Boom. So in your near-death experience, a lot of people report in their near-death experiences. Oh, Edge of Tomorrow is definitely, if you want to be technical, Edge of Tomorrow basically tell y'all how the shit really go. And you hear a lot of people say there was a light at the end of this dark tunnel. But what they were really trying to describe is their souls exiting this body through the fourth dimension and traveling through the fourth dimension and making it to the light of the fifth dimension. Now, remember, dimensions are kind of tricky because you got negative dimensions and you got positive dimensions, and they go up and down. So you would say, right. So you would say your first dimension right here. Your first dimension, you ready? You start right here. First dimension, up. Second dimension, down. Third dimension, up. Fourth dimension, down. Fifth dimension, up. So the fifth dimension is a positive dimension. The fourth dimension is a lower dimension. You feel me? And when you are analyzing these dimensions, when you are putting in, when you are putting in the data, you're going to see that the lower fourth dimension is where the subconscious resides, is where the thoughts are formulated, is where the imagination lives. It's where the dream lives. Even with, like you said, lucid dreaming, powerful, right? The dream state lives in the subconscious, and the subconscious is the fourth dimension. Now, boom, traveling, into the fourth and up to the fifth, you're going to meet the light of the fifth dimension. And the light of the fifth dimension is like the third dimension, but lighter. All right, it's like the third. It's like the third dimension, but more lighter, more brighter, more vibrant colors. Way more things to experience in the form of um, present, visible stimuli and seeable things that you can see, touch, taste, smell, hear. So as we're waking up, right? As we're waking up, the sun is getting hotter. That's why they're trying to do so many things to try to block the sun with chemtrails. That's why they're trying to keep your ass inside on the metaverse. And while you're inside at the metaverse with VR glasses on, they're gonna make sure that you're not getting none of this sunlight. That you're not getting none of this great shift. They're trying to make sure that they do everything to block you from the sun, block you from experiencing what you came here to experience because that's their job. Because the third dimension is a fucking game. And last time I checked, when you're playing the game, if you're playing the game right now, you're playing Pac-Man. Do the ghosts on Pac-Man care about do the ghosts on Pac-Man care about your feelings when you lose? Do the ghosts in Pac-Man care about how your feelings feel when you lose on Pac-Man? No, they don't. They're gonna keep doing the same program that the ghost been trained to do on Pac-Man, and that's what get Pac-Man. So if life is beating you up, if life is knocking you down, if life is screwing up your shit, then life is doing its job because life is a simulated game that was created on all Madden. All keyword mad. The first word of Madden is ma, but the second word of Madden is Madden when ma is mad. Okay. Um, Motherfucking computer ain't got no empathy for your ass losing on the game, nigga. Go get your fucking skills up and beat the computer, cause the computer ain't got no feelings when you beat it. That's the great thing about the computer. So, so now that people are waking up and the sun is getting hotter, penetrating that penetrating that little bubble belt that everybody was talking about. Now things from the fourth dimension, fifth dimension, sixth dimension, seventh dimension are now leaking through the curtain of realities. Okay, and when you are experiencing these, you know, a great thing that helps you, like I told you, psilocybin, mushrooms, DMT, all of these things helps you to see that this is a computer generated and simulated game. So with that being said, all you have to do is get in where you fit in, make your next move your best move, because life ain't nothing but a chess move. But this fifth dimensional, sixth dimensional, seventh dimensional leakage is because of the high vibration of the sun penetrating through the earth atmosphere as more people are awakening, and as more people are awakening, that which is seeping through because of the sun's penetration, you will be able to start seeing otherworldly things that are right here in the environment with you, but they're on another frequency, they're on another bandwidth, they're on another wavelength. Just like right now, if you cut your radio on and put it on your favorite country station, you're not going to hear your favorite hip hop station. Why? Because your favorite hip hop station is on another channel. So you have to turn the dial to get to that channel. That's the same way life is. But remember, it's all your radio and all radio waves that dwell within the same space, but different channels within that same space. The same way with dimensions. It's different channels with the dimensions. Okay, so we have to break into this consciousness of that we are infinite and that we don't die. First and foremost, that's another lie that they tell us that we actually die and all this shit. We don't actually die. No, so death is actually a doorway from the spiritual world to the physical world, and from the physical world back to the spiritual world. Right? Yeah. You know what I mean? They got all kind of motherfucking they got all kind of phenomenon that show you that this shit is real, man. Me doing magic, I've witnessed demons, I've witnessed angels, I've witnessed dragon, I've witnessed shit come in human form and um, entertain and kick it with me. And I asked them all kind of questions, and by golly, bro, like this shit is real, man. So fifth dimensional leakage is when energy from other dimensions are leaking into the third dimension, and we are now beginning to be able to see them with our naked eye while awake and not dreaming. And just because you see it don't mean that everybody else saw it. That means that you was just vibrating on that channel to see the leakage. But everybody ain't gonna see the leakage. So you ain't gotta go say, oh, I just seen the fucking colorful ass horse flying from one cloud to the next. No, that was your experience. You feel me? So most definitely, man. Wonderful, wonderful, great bill, everybody. Does anybody have any questions, cares, or concerns? I want to come on and speak their piece. Anybody got any questions, cares, or concerns? I want to come on and speak their piece. Hold up. Let me get this shit together and put this in the chat. Boom, there y'all go. Can others be demons? Yeah, of course. I just told you. That one. A lot of the things that y'all see that y'all call aliens are actual demons and angels, and y'all just call it aliens. If that ain't if I answered everybody's question, catch y'all next time. Peace. Thank you. We're in the building. All right. I'll talk to y'all later. Peace.